Yes, this week, of course, the Patreon request, as requested by Blake, thank you for the request, was the 2007 film The Simpsons movie. If you also want to get your movie requested and potentially reviewed by us, just go to guapish.com/Patreon for $1 a month. You can, in fact, request a movie for us and have a very low chance of us ever actually picking it and watching it.
Don't say that part. Leave that part out.
It's a guaranteed chance on a long enough time scale.
Yeah, over time it'll eventually be picked, you know? It's just, you like gambling? We all like gambling. Anyways,
I'm
the
cutting
Simpsons
that part
movie,
out.
you know, you
Damn it,
fucker.
dude. You fumbled.
The Simpsons movie, of course, is about the Simpsons family. We all know and love them. Tanner gets a fucking pig. He saves a pig, dumps a bunch of fucking shit into a lake. The whole fucking town gets like biohazard, big fucking dome covering them. Simpsons get extradited, and then they come back and save the town by blowing up the dome, and the world's saved. Tanner, what's the fun fact?
Fun fact, work on the script began in 2003, and it took them 158 drafts to get the final version.
Yeah, this one was in the can for a while. They were constantly trying to figure out, like, okay, would this make a good idea for The Simpsons, mate? No, not that. Camp Krusty? No, we struggled to, like, just make that into one episode. We can't do that. And, yeah, eventually, the stars aligned and they managed to get a fucking script ready for it.
Guys, extra fun fact, the reference to them being domed is from an unpopular franchise that didn't go anywhere called Under the Dome.
It's a Stephen King book.
Yeah.
Also, the show Under the Dome came out after this movie.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's actually based on Biodome with Pauly Shore and what's-his-face. Well, guys, we're reviewing a comedy. Was it funny?
No.
It was kind of whatever. I don't really like the Simpsons comedy. Just a preface here, I watched The Simpsons for a very long time. My family had the tradition of just like we'd watch shows together after dinner every night, and The Simpsons, every time a new episode aired, we'd watch The Simpsons. So I'm very out Simpsons at this point. I don't really give a shit about them. It's The Simpsons, I guess. It's kind of just like dumb humor, and a lot of it's really fucking stupid. And
dude, when was the last time you went back and like watched the golden age of The Simpsons, though?
That's the thing, though. I'm like thinking about it. I don't know if I've ever actually watched the golden age of The Simpsons, because when I started watching The Simpsons, I'm sure we were many seasons in at that point.
You started like season 30.
I started right when it stopped being good. No, I've probably been watching The Simpsons since like 2010, like 2008, 2010, in that area. I don't know what season we'd be on at that point.
That's well past the golden age. That's definitely like getting into season 20 or so.
Yeah, alas. So I've never actually seen peak Simpsons. I've only ever seen schlock. And so unfortunately, that's just all I think about when I think of The Simpsons, is just fucking schlock.
Yeah. Personally, though, I enjoyed this movie. I thought that it did have like quite a lot of fun jokes. Just The Simpsons in general, just this town of Springfield. So many wacky characters. They have a lot of great visual gags throughout the film as well. Shit like the fucking when the dome is coming down, like all the people in church run out, and like the people in Moe's run out, and then like switch their locations. Very silly stuff there. I'm just fucking. By the way, fun fact for you guys. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Dr. Nick, at the end of the film, he gets brutally murdered. And they actually did kill him off in the actual show as well for a few years.
Oh, that's
what do you mean by for a few years? They brought it back?
Yeah, they eventually were like, let's just bring Dr. Nick back. He's a fun character.
Interesting.
That's funny.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. I think this movie is generally funny. I think it does solid work with lampooning the concept of the TV show movie. I think they do a good job paying attention to that and cracking jokes about that.
Yeah, just like the way the film opens. Homer's like, why are we paying for this for something on TV for free?
Yeah. And I appreciate that at the end they do manage to make it a bit heartfelt, you know? Mm-hmm. They managed to have an actual character arc that I'm sure got wiped out by whatever episode came out immediately after that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the best part about the movie for me was just the emotional scenes with, the themes of family, with fucking Homer reconciling with Marge after just kind of being a fucking asshole, as he usually is, and I'm sure with Tanner, the fucking next episode, he's immediately just like fucking drunk as a skunk on his couch or something.
Oh yeah, they returned to jerk ass Homer era. Apparently in more recent seasons, he is just like he's a big ol' softy. He's no longer a fucking asshole. But yeah,
good.
speaking of like the themes of family and stuff like that, the character arcs they go through, I feel like Lisa unfortunately did take a back seat during this film. Like, she was there for like the initial like setup for like the environmentalism stuff, but then like after that, she really doesn't have much to do with like all like the family drama stuff whatsoever. Like, obviously there's stuff between like Homer and Marge. Bart and Homer also have like a lot going on there, but like Lisa doesn't really have much of a voice in any of that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know. This movie was kind of whatever.
Boo!
I'm honestly shocked this didn't appeal to Dylan. It feels like it would.
Right?
It did not age well for me. I liked this much better when I was younger.
Did you like the scene where Bart was skateboarding naked, Dylan?
No, that was incredibly cringe.
I thought it was great, personally. I like how much effort they go through during that scene to like make sure this penis is always being covered by all this like little stuff in the environment, and they're like, fuck it for the section.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
I don't know. I was sitting here this whole time thinking, man, Nico's probably loving this shit right now. He's probably busting a gut. He loves this kind of shit. He's always talking about how good Simpsons is, and I'm sitting here super indifferent to all of it.
If there's one thing I think of when I think of Nico, it's that he loves The Simpsons.
It is one of his favorite things, dude.
I do enjoy myself some Simpsons. Like, going back to the family drama stuff, I feel like Marge's goodbye message to Homer was done really great too. Like, it does a good job of selling the finality behind her words during that scene. And like, if you're a big Simpsons head like I am, you would know that Why Do Birds Suddenly Appear is like their song. It's like their wedding song and stuff like that. It's something that they sing throughout the series to each other. And so just like hearing that is like Homer's just like charging out there, like looking for his wife and family and stuff like that. It does make it very emotional.
Nico, are you crying right now?
I did cry during that scene, I must confess.
Damn.
Nice.
And yeah, I do just really appreciate how they didn't like try and downplay that scene with like jokes or anything like that either. Like, you know, some other series that will not be named Family Guy would probably cut in like a clip of like Stewie fucking farting or some shit like after Homer runs out of the room, you know?
Yeah. I mean, did they undercut it with the big boobed Inuit woman?
That was like a bit later. Like during that scene
Okay.
itself, they didn't undercut it at all.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Which, speaking of like that woman, I'm not a big fan of like Homer's whole epiphany scene, like how he comes to realize like, oh, I should probably like go like save my family and stuff like that. I feel like I would have appreciated something a bit more grounded during that scene rather than like, oh, here's some mystical thing to help you figure your shit out.
Alas, they couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made him too dumb.
And also, by the way, here's another gripe I have with this film here, just real quick for you boys, real quick. As you may know, if you're a big Simpsons head, not even a big Simpsons head, but like why did they make like actual Arnold Schwarzenegger the president? Because they have their own Arnold stand-in in the show. His name's like Wolfcastle or whatever. Why didn't they just use him?
Because it sells better.
True. That is probably why. It's just like general audiences would have been like, who the fuck is this guy who sounds like Arnold? Why isn't it Arnold?
Yeah, I'm assuming a lot of this is to sell the universe to people.
Yeah, it'd be funny if on the poster they only credit the like celebrity guests
Yeah.
and not like the main voice actors of the show.
Yeah, thank you to Green Day for being in the show. Who's Hank Azaria? What? What are you talking about? I like this movie personally. Fuck you guys. Are we down to get onto the ratings?
I didn't dislike the movie. It was just kind of whatever to me.
Yeah.
Dude, I liked it.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm ready to rank.
Fantastic. All right, I'll kick us off then, you bastards. I'm giving it a B+.
Holy shit, I also gave it a B+.
I gave it a flat B.
Oh, man.
C minus.
C+.
D.
Die. Jackson, what'd you give it? Do you say B or D?
Flat B.
Okay.
I wouldn't give it a fucking D. That's
Yeah,
that's
I was gonna
mean.
say it's a bit
This-
harsh.
D is a little harsh.
This movie does have a lot going for it. I do think it has a lot of like fun artistic stuff they're going with it. I do like the Hartville scenes. It has some funny scenes. Whatever. B overall, I think that's a very reasonable rank for the Simpsons movie.
I'd agree.
I agree.